good stead for that target.
All credit goes to this man, Mahmudullah Riyad. The way he batted, it was outstanding. Carried the innings, made sure that his team put some score on the board, and we have seen this total has been defended.
Pyrotechnics, is that what they call it, Shamim? As the two openers make their way out into the middle, and they've been fantastic, especially this man, leading run scorer, 370 runs, alongside his left-handed opener, Xiaomio Shaka, as well. Good understanding, but they've set a high standard at the top of the order. It's about the middle order that hasn't quite come to the party for Chitagong.
Early on, they're dependent on this pair to take them through. But I think halfway through the tournament, some of the middle order did manage to get some runs under the belt. Only thing I've noticed about this, I think one or maybe two games they built up a solid opening partnership. It's either been Shomo Sharkar or Liton Dash who has been the backbone of the innings. But together, if they click today, well, he's going to be in a spot of bother.
70 off 48, held it together. Did Mahmudullah Riyad. He was the glue today for Jemkon Khulna. It could have gone horribly wrong, but it was fantastic from his point of view.
Liton Dash comes in, just taking up that point. It's so difficult as a skipper and also the sheet anchor, seeing wickets falling all the time, not getting into partnerships, and then coming out with a fabulous innings that puts the runs on the board. Exceptional.
Mashrafi Mortaza, just 4 matches. He's got a fifer. And here we go. That'll be wide. Little bit of shape.
A rusty start. You can't bowl there. This guy loves the room. We have seen it throughout the tournament. When there's room, there's short or wide, he just goes after it. And when the bowler bowls into him, he shows some respect. That was very, very wide by Mashrafi.
A little bit of an initial movement by Liton Das. In the air, intentional. Takes it with both hands, IPDC 4.
Well, when you got to go quick. And he did. Just the ball angling away once again. This time within reach. Maybe he had to just extend his arm. Not really as in control, absolute control. I thought the guy did pretty well eventually.
Yeah, no third man. It was easy picking by Liton Das. What he needs to do is just put some bat on the ball, and he did it and went to the boundary like a rocket. Mashrafi knows.
Yeah, with that little bit of shape and bounce, I thought you would have maybe a third man back, especially because he's so strong through the offside. Comes down the wicket again. You've got to show him some respect, surely.
After his second 5-wicket haul in the previous game, what Liton Das does is extraordinary. It's just tiptoeing forward even before Mashrafi comes into bowl. Just alerts Mashrafi to the fact that he's trying to give him the charge and shortens the length.
A few words from the captain. He looks up. We've got to get over the line. Please, can we get over the line? A little bit of indecision, just for a moment. And again, that could have been an opportunity to find a boundary either side of the man at short third man.
Need to bowl him at the stump. You cannot allow him any room. He's so fluent through offside with his cuts and drives. He depends on his touch. On the other hand, Shomo Sharkar likes to hit hard. He's a hard-hitting batsman. Scored 280 runs so far in this tournament. But remember, he got out in the first one in the last match they met.
Yeah, that man is back. Deep cow corner, straight away. 2 men behind square. There, the top of your screen on the left-hand side. Up in the circle. And the other man is that third man. Outside the 30-yard circle at this point. Pace, bounce. Lovely delivery.
Well, you can see from his demeanor, that surprised him. That little bounce, and you can expect Mashrafi Mortaza to come back even after being hit away just back of a length. extra bit of bounce surprised the batsman. Just past the shoulder.
And really nice to see, and I think this should encourage Mahmudullah in terms of the field that he wants to set, because he would want to pick up wickets as Chitagong did in the power play. That's a lovely delivery. Continues to get big on him. Yeah, good understanding. Easy run. They just have a calm way of going about their work. They look unflustered. There isn't any heavy breathing. You can just look at the demeanor, the body language. It's one of comfort. And I think as a batting unit, right at the top of the innings, for the men that are sitting or coming in next, it's good to see that level of comfort. First over out the way. It goes for 7, and 7 without loss.
কত গৌরবে সরবে জেগে উঠেছি আমরা বিশ্বজুড়ে। সবাই দেখছে আমাদের শ্রেষ্ঠত্ব। মহাকাশেও আজ এক টুকরো বাংলাদেশ। মুক্ত আকাশে তাকিয়ে ছোট্ট শিশুটি হাসে নির্ভয়ে।
সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G ভিডিও স্ট্রং নেটওয়ার্কে গেমিং এর নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রুটি। কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে।
ভীষণ কুড়মুড়ে গোলমার্ক পপস বিস্কুট, একটু জায়গা বুঝে খান।
Maybe you'll find a bit of turn, bounce. If that's the case, there should be a slip in place.
He can be very deceptive with his flights and his the ones he zips through, as he did as he saw the batsman approach, will tend to carry on with the arm. Tends to get purchase when he's prepared to give the ball some air, which he didn't on that occasion.
I think as a spinner, Mahidul has shown the way inside the power play. It changes in pace, but I think the main thing about his bowling is that he's been brave. Inside the power play to get the ball up, and then to make the subtle change and be difficult to get away. But it takes a lot to try and be brave enough as a spinner when you only have 2 boundary riders, short boundaries on occasions, to allow yourself to be effective. But if you're able to get over that period of fear, you can be successful, and he has been successful.
Come guys.
Bravery.
What's the difference in the mindset of Shivagata home? He seems more comfortable in just keeping it tight. It's done well for him. Just a single run so far.
Oh, what's he done here? Hip flexor. Physio's making his way out to the middle. The doctor have a check.
Chitagong has been brave with his change of pace, and that's where he hit him. The change of paces, the change of line and length. We were talking about Nahidul and Tubagota as well. These players have played so much domestic cricket and they know the conditions. They know where to bowl, how to bowl, what pace we are going to use, what length we are going to bowl. And this knowledge of the game comes to play. Yes, it's a very big stage, but if you can keep your head still, if you are confident and you know that you have played so much cricket, you can deliver. And this is why these two bowlers have been so successful in this tournament.
Spinners can also be quite dangerous. It looked innocuous. Looked as if it just hit him on the back hip, got the magic spray out and everything. But I must say to you, is that just that little bit of a hip bone? When it hits there, it's almost like getting hit on the funny bone of the elbow. It is sore.
That's ball, July. Easy.
However, quiet over. Om Shivagata home and Jemkon Khulna, 9 without loss.
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়াও
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট
শেষ ইচ্ছা।
আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও। স্প্রাইট আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
From Nestle.
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস প্রথমবার।
Nice boy.
Listen, Das has had his way. The movement, the interception points, getting out of the crease, meeting the ball. On that occasion, stays back. There's a couple of ways you could dissect that in the sense of how he's going at the bowler. On some occasions, you think it's the first instance is to put the bowler off. The second instance is to think, well, now that I've put him off, he's going to create the width for me to put away.
Plus, he knows that Mashrafi is not going to offer any pace to him, whether he's bowling seam up front or a slower ball. And this is the reason he covers ground and makes sure the ball comes a bit faster. Even we know Litton loves the ball when it comes to the bat, and this is why he's walking to the batsman.
Outside of his crease now. Then a shimmy, then a forced pull in the gap, but does he get enough of it? Yes, he does. IPDC 4.
But he's got enough of it eventually, but just for a moment there, hung in the air. Thankfully for the batsman, it found that little bit of gap between the two fielders. She's just a little uncertain. It does go through, but the timing a little awry, and the result, well, decent enough.
Wow, how much has he taken away and then fleet-footed to get the length and play the pull shot? He doesn't get all of it, but there's a lot there that's playing on the mind of Mashrafi Mortaza.
Masud Rahman Mukul, very experienced over the years, officiating, keeping an eagle eye on proceedings. Friendly young man, always energetic. Ghazi Sahel, you know him well, don't you, Eddie?
I've known him for a while. Wonderful to see. Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness! Eat your eyes out! IPDC 6!
He made it look so easy. Show Mo Sharkar what an outstanding shot that was. Everyone loving it. Waits for the ball and then a flick of the wrist. Look at that balance. Not a big swing, just a flick of the wrist and went sailing over way back to the boundary for an IPDC 6.
When the ball's coming at you at less than 110 clicks, that's an extraordinary shot. And a little tuck around. That's good cricket. Finishes with a single, 14 from that over. When
আরে রনি জলদি শুট কর
সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G ভিডিও স্ট্রং নেটওয়ার্কে গেমিং এর নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রুটি।
boys, come guys. Bhai, ulta. Come guys, boy. Go boy. Dada.
Once again, these two, they're very early days, but we've seen some really wonderful batsmanship. Oh, bounce stuck on the crease.
Turn almost had Shomo Sarkar. That's the match referee Raqibul Hasan and third umpire Tanvir Ahmed.
Hanging. He's not to the pitch of it. Backpedaling. Oh, he's dropped it. Imral Kais, he's put him down.
oh, he did all the hard work. He was swirling in the air. Disappointed Imral, disappointed the bowler, but look at the effort he made, and it would slip through his fingers and went and struck his chest. So that's insult to injury.
Oh, it can be costly. Imral Kais backpedaling, then settles, and when he was about to take the catch, the ball fell in his chest. Oh my word! In the final, when the batsmen are batting well and you miss a chance, very disappointing for the bowler, for the captain, for the team.
Yeah, it hit him in the chest. What an opportunity. They were wanting a wicket inside the power play, maybe two. And it's gone a begging. That should be wide.
The opportunity lost here, but Chogat at home did very well to draw out that mistimed stroke, and he did so much of the hard work, backpedaling, getting in line, getting the hands underneath the line of the ball, but just slid through.
Yeah, sometimes fielders, once it starts going over your head, you sort of run back sideways and then get yourself into a position, whereas he continued to backpedal and so didn't get into the position to take the catch. Oh, bowled him! It's okay, Imral Kais! It's okay! Shiva got the home! Saves you the embarrassment! The first one falls!
Must be relieved. Imral Kais must be relieved. What a ball by Shubhagato home. Shomu expected some turn, but there was no turn, and he missed a straight simple ball. Isn't he happy?
That one doesn't turn, holds its arm and gone. Shomi Osaka for 12, 26 for 1.
এই মানুষগুলো একযোগ করেছিলেন বলেই পেয়েছি আমাদের বাংলাদেশ। এখন দেশের জন্য একটি ভালো কাজ করে হলেও একযোগ করা আমাদের দায়িত্ব। আসুন বাংলাদেশের 50 বছরের গৌরবক্ষণে দেশের জন্য একযোগে কাজ করি, আর তা ছড়িয়ে দিই ইন্টারনেটের শক্তিতে। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে। বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস। প্রথমবার অ্যাপে লগ ইন করলেই 25 টাকা বোনাস, তারপর প্রথম 25 টাকা রিচার্জে আরো 50 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। এখনই বিকাশ অ্যাপে লগ ইন করে মোবাইল রিচার্জ করুন।
টাকাটা মোবাইলেই দাও, সাথে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 20 টাকা।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা। এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
Goal them. That's the easiest way to get rid of a batsman.
I think that was the problem. He shadowed it. There was no foot movement. Played standing, not allowing his feet to go towards the ball and defend it. Just using his hand. Probably he was thinking there would be turn, but there was no turn.
Yeah, it was very static at the crease. All that moved was really the hands.
Come boys, come boys!
Yeah, there's that initial movement by the front foot, but then from there, gap between bat and pad. Looking for a second to side against it. I must say, Imran Kesh's chest must feel a lot better.
And lighter. He dropped him, and probably he was thinking every time it happens when we are fielding, when we drop a catch, we start counting when he's going to get out, when he's going to get out, and it took only 2 balls for Shubhagato to get him out.
Yeah, I think also the game plan is to get into Chitagong early, get their middle order out there early. Bring field on the offside. And this times that.
ওকে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও। স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও। ক্যাশ আউট চার্জটাও দিস, 20 টাকা কিন্তু।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা। এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
জিপি স্টার গ্রাহকরা 10% ক্যাশব্যাকে নতুন আকাশ সংযোগ কিনতে এসএমএস করুন 29000 নম্বরে। বিস্তারিত জানতে কল করুন 16442।
ভীষণ কুড়মুড়ে। গোলমার্ক পপস বিস্কুট, একটু জায়গা বুঝে খান।
2 days back, but all in all, the culmination with this tournament has been absolutely terrific, and that's a terrific shot. To get an IPDC 4.
Sweet, neat, marvelous. Mithun comes into the crease.
Good, Mashu got to home. Oh, that's got to be hitting the stump. Oh! He thinks there's bat involved.
Is it bat or not? If it's no bat, I think it's very close.
That way, move on to spin vision, please. Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. Yeah, very close to. Can I have outright, please? Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. Just freeze it when ball hit first pad. Go backward, forward, forward, slowly, frame by frame. Yeah. Go forward, zoom it. Zoom it. One frame back. One frame back. Forward. Yes. Yeah, it's a hit pad first, then bat. Can I have ball tracking, please?
Check. Stand by.
Pitching outside off, impact in line, wicket hitting. Gaji, stay with your original decision. Yeah, you are on the spin, Gaji. Thank you. Thank you.
Good piece of umpiring. The review is lost. Mohammed Mitchell has to start making his way back, but I tell you what, for a
একমাত্র নুডলস যা পরিবারের সুষম খাদ্য নিশ্চিত করে। কিশোর নুডলস, মামস ম্যাজিক।
টাকাটা মোবাইলেই দাও, সাথে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 20 টাকা।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009.99 এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
I'm sure of that.
oh, what a delivery. They've got a bit between the teeth now to Jemkon Khulna.
What a delivery. But Alamin, he's bowling those leg cutters so efficiently today. Pitched. Just move a little bit. There goes the leg cutter. Oh, some bounce.
Yeah, the danger with him is that because he comes wide of the crease and it's intentionally coming into the right-hander, when it straightens, that's when you're in trouble. And again. Oh, wow. What an over. With the wicket. 5 gone, 35 for 2.
ম্যাগি স্যাটারডেতে ভেজিওয়ান, মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি সুপি একটা মিয়া, সানডে মানডে ম্যাগি চিকেন।
ম্যাগি মানে ভিন্ন স্বাদে প্রতিদিন।
ভাগ্যিস ম্যাগি ছিল। From Nestle.
জানাও তোমার 3টি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়াও।
ওকে, দাঁড়ালাম। বাকি 2টা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও।
স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
প্রতারক কেটে দিলাম। বিকাশের গোপন তথ্য চাইলে কল কেটে দিন।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস। প্রথমবার অ্যাপে লগ ইন করলেই 25 টাকা বোনাস। তারপর প্রথম 25 টাকা রিচার্জে আরো 50 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। এখনই বিকাশ অ্যাপে লগ ইন করে মোবাইল রিচার্জ করুন।
A lot of pace, but look at what he's garnered for himself. 10 wickets so far.
I liked his action. That's a nice piece of timing. Good of work for the man that DPS. Good commitment. As that should have got to home.
He's got an economy of movement. I'm talking about the bowler. This doesn't try to overexert himself. Very rhythmic run up. Now he looks a little pensive. Seems he's been a little bogged down.
Not happy about something. The umpire. Rest of season. Holiday season. Nice heavy ball into the stumps. And that's what Alamin did as well. As a batter, because you know that it's always coming back at you. Look at the length. It's good. Stuck on the crease now, and you push it up there. You have to be brave again, as I said. And a very good option.
You tend to feel that when bowlers bowl in the slot, it's for the batters to go for them and go for a big shot or something like that. When it comes at you and it straightens, you're not anticipating that. You're expecting the ball to come in at that natural angle and holds its line, and then you're in deep trouble.
So the thing was that he went hard into a length twice and then pushes it on. So good. 2 wickets now. I think it's evenly poised. It's about who's going to grab the game by the scruff of the neck.
Those runs at the end and the flashing finish by the skipper, Mahmudullah Riyad, has made complexion of this game.
And it's about the players who put their hand up, who are going to take the game with both hands.
That was close. Shoikat Ali tries to pull that, but I'm not sure whether the length was there. And Hasan Mahmud can hurry you.
একটু মাঝে মাঝে বেঁধে গেলেও আপনারা হতাশ হবেন না, দেখতে থাকুন, খেলাটা চালিয়ে যান। একটু মাঝে মাঝে বেঁধে গেলে আমরা রিফ্রেশ করে দেবো, রিফ্রেশ করে দিলে এটি ঠিক হয়ে যাবে। আপনারা চ্যানেলটির সাথেই থাকুন, আমরা রিফ্রেশ করলেই ফিরে আসবে। রিফ্রেশ করে দিলে এটি আবার পুনরায় দেখা যাবে। আপনারা সাথেই থাকুন, যাবেন না।
Bang away into the deck. Again, it's actually hurrying the batters to some degree.
If the bowler was a bit slower, then there would be some bounce. But as Hasan Mahmud is bowling into the wicket, and that's why he's not getting that bounce and hurrying the batsman. And this is the reason Shoikat Ali both the times he tried to pull, but he missed the ball, just couldn't time it.
এই মানুষগুলো একযোগ করেছিলেন বলেই পেয়েছি আমাদের বাংলাদেশ। এখন দেশের জন্য একটি ভালো কাজ করে হলেও একযোগ করা আমাদের দায়িত্ব।
আসুন বাংলাদেশের 50 বছরের পূর্বক্ষণে দেশের জন্য একযোগে কাজ করি, আর তা ছড়িয়ে দিই ইন্টারনেটের শক্তিতে। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
স্টুডিও এক্স শ্যাম্পু পুরুষদের জন্য।
কামলের কাজ কি?
To think where that ball is getting pitched. If you're not watching, you'll miss it. Agar Ali Mazruddin joined me in the combox. It's still not over until it's over for either of these teams in this all-important final.
If Jamkun Khulna can find ways to see the back of Liton Das, I reckon they're just a step ahead in the direction of winning. What a crucial knock, excellent knock. Captain leading from the front, ensuring that they have total on the board. Anything above 150 on a surface like this will certainly give them hope. Yes, they've managed to pick up a couple of wickets already. Again, going past the bat. He's bowled beautifully, hasn't he?
14 balls since last boundary. That includes the power play as well. So Mahmudullah Riyad and his troop managing to put the pressure onto the batsman, and a very crucial stage of the innings where you can gain the momentum and bowl a few slow overs. All of a sudden pressure will mount onto the batters, and then they will start to throw their bats. In the end, they might find out a wicket as well.
An excellent, tons of experience behind his back. Alameen Hussain, only in his second over. 1 for 6, his figure so far.
You need to be safe. You need to remain safe and ensure your partner at the other end is also safe. You're watching this game outside the ground. Ensure the safety with the Bosch and the Ramask.
This is a good passage of play for Khulna. Only 6 runs in the last 14 deliveries, and they managed to pick up a wicket also. That was the skipper Mithun, LBW to the same bowler.
Chance doesn't time it that well, so we'll be safe. 42 for 2.
এই মানুষগুলো একযোগ করেছিলেন বলেই পেয়েছি আমাদের বাংলাদেশ। এখন দেশের জন্য একটি ভালো কাজ করে হলেও একযোগ করা আমাদের দায়িত্ব।
আসুন বাংলাদেশের 50 বছরের পূর্বক্ষণে দেশের জন্য একযোগে কাজ করি, আর তা ছড়িয়ে দিই ইন্টারনেটের শক্তিতে। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
From Nestle.
সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G ভিডিও স্ট্রং নেটওয়ার্কে গেমিং এর নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স। রুটি
ক্যাশ আউট চার্জটাও দিস, 20 টাকা কিন্তু।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা। এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
যে কোনো সময় যে কোনো জায়গায় ব্যাংক থেকে বিকাশে অ্যাড মানি করুন কোনো খরচ ছাড়াই। দেশের সবচেয়ে বেশি
Because it's that stage of the game where ones and twos will be fine for Chitagong. And that's why the strength in the batting order will just give them a little bit of that luxury.
The question is, how long do they go with the same approach? Ghazi Group Chitagong 7.1 overs. Have a look at the partnership, 8 runs, but he's just eaten up too many deliveries. 15 deliveries for 8 runs. Have a look at the dots, 18 dots. And dots is going to create pressure. Yes, 8 wickets in hand. I understand where you're coming from, Anjum. But they also need to realize how to find gaps and how to create the gap to pick up a boundary, because there's been 18 deliveries since the last boundary.
Yeah, you know that you need to have Litton Das to score those runs. 28% of that total runs that Chitagong have scored in this Bangabandhu T20. That's a nice contribution.
389 runs at a strike rate of 120 almost. 350s, unbeaten of 78. He would be needing to score again in a fashion where he feels that yes, he can get his team closer, close that gap, get close to the target of 155.
Good time to bring in Ariful Haq in the middle at the moment, trying to chip in 1 or 2 overs and preserve your best bowlers for the latter stage of the innings. At the same time, he's taking the pace off the ball, asking the batsman to go after him and looking for those wickets here as well, Mahmudullah Riyad. Change of field here a bit. Backward point who was on deep, now coming inside the circle. Mid-off goes long off, and there's an extra cover as well inside the circle. Third man and fine leg are also up at the circle. There is a deep square leg, deep mid-wicket and long on.
When you looked at as the leading scorer of your team, and you looked at the talents in the country, you expect an effort coming in every time. This was the opportunity that Mahmudullah created for Khulna team. If he had hit bullseye, Litton Das would have been walking back to the pavilion. We've seen that collapse happen for Khulna early on as the game progressed. Jarul Islam, very first ball, Imrul Qais, Zakir Khan as well, departing early. Beg your pardon, Zakir Hassan. And then it was difficult for Khulna to get off the blocks until unless Mahmudullah came in and played that match-winning contribution. And imagine the similar story had happened if Litton Das would have been run out in the previous over. That's the importance of a man in form. That's the importance of taking up a crucial wicket at an important juncture.
আসুন বাংলাদেশের 50 বছরের গৌরবক্ষণে দেশের জন্য একযোগে কাজ করি আর তা ছড়িয়ে দিই ইন্টারনেটের শক্তিতে। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
Shahidul Islam. Missed a few games, Shahidul. It's been wonderful, this tournament. It's been wonderful. Keeping ourselves as well clean. We've shown you the importance of the mask. Now we display the importance of the organic care sanitizer. Make sure your hands are clean, sanitized before you pick up that mask, before you pick up that mic. Sorry for that, mask and mic. M.
Wickets. And he's a wicket taker, Shahidul Islam.
It's been a very good passage of play for Jamcon Khulna. Mahmudullah Riyad rotated his bowler very well, and Hassan Mahmood and Alamin Hussain bowled really well in pairs. And talking about enjoying the game, we have A's virtual fan zone where fans can enjoy the game from the comfort of their home. And after that, Ariful Haq chipped in, and then now Shahidul. They were pretty.
Coca-Cola. Oh, yeah. Coca-Cola. Oh, yeah. Coca-Cola. Oh, yeah.
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস। প্রথমবার অ্যাপে লগ ইন করলেই 25 টাকা বোনাস, তারপর প্রথম 25 টাকা রিচার্জে আরো 50 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। এখনই বিকাশ অ্যাপে লগ ইন করে মোবাইল রিচার্জ করুন।
আজকে আমি খাবো ঝাল ঝাল চিংড়ি।
ডাবল বোনাস প্রথমবার অ্যাপে।
যারা আছেন খেলা দেখছেন তাদেরকে স্বাগত জানাই। আপনারা একটু অপেক্ষা করুন, রিফ্রেশ করে আবার দিব। ক্যাশ মেমোরি ফুল হয়ে যাওয়াতে একটু সমস্যা সৃষ্টি হয়, খেলা বেড়ে যায়। আমরা রিফ্রেশ করে আমরা আবার খেলা দিব। আপনারা একটু অপেক্ষা করুন, 2 মিনিট অপেক্ষা করুন। 2 মিনিটও লাগবে না, আমরা এখনই খেলায় ফিরে আসবো। আপনারা একটু অপেক্ষা করুন, সাথেই থাকুন। চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করে সাথেই থাকুন। তবে খেলাটা যা মনে হচ্ছে হাড্ডাহাড্ডি লড়াই হবে। খুব সহজে কোনো দল জিতে যাবে, কোনো দল হেরে যাবে, ব্যাপারটা হয়তো এমন হবে না। যেহেতু প্রায় 10 ওভার হয়ে আসতেছে, রানের পাল্লা এখনো অতটা ভারী না চট্টগ্রামের জন্য, তাই খেলাটা একটু হাড্ডাহাড্ডি হতে পারে। মাহমুদুল্লাহ মোটামুটি ভালোই ক্যাপ্টেন্সি করছে, তার বোলিং বিভাগ দিয়ে মাহমুদুল্লাহ চট্টগ্রামকে চেপে রেখেছে। দেখা যাক ফলাফল কি আসে, আমরা খেলা শেষ পর্যন্ত দেখতে থাকবো। আপনারা সাথেই থাকুন, আমরা ফিরে আসবো খেলাতে।
আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
একটু বেঁধে গেলে আমরা রিফ্রেশ করে আবার চলে আসবো, তাই আপনারা সাথেই থাকুন, সাথে থাকুন, আমরা খেলা দেখতে থাকবো।
কে দাঁড়ালাম, বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও। স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
A slip. Get a slip in. Shoaib is generating some good pace. New man, ball starting around.
Good point, Anjum, because if you have a new batsman in the crease and you have them at 51 for 3, why not have a slip in place? It just adds a little bit of more flavor, telling the opposition, the batsman who's on strike, that yes, we are looking to get you out and get you out cheaply. And that's the exact reason why I want, or I have a slip in place.
Lovely. There's an appeal by the keeper. He's pretty sure animated. The umpire is unmoved.
That was quick for Shamsur Rahman. Wicketkeeper, he was initially animated. So as the fielders later on. And end of the over, 51 for 3.
এই মানুষগুলো একযোগ করেছিলেন বলেই পেয়েছি আমাদের বাংলাদেশ। এখন দেশের জন্য একটি ভালো কাজ করে হলেও একযোগ করা আমাদের দায়িত্ব।
আসুন বাংলাদেশের 50 বছরের গৌরবক্ষণে দেশের জন্য একযোগে কাজ করি, আর তা ছড়িয়ে দিই ইন্টারনেটের শক্তিতে। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে। কোকা কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে।
জাজ করা যাবে না।
Dismissed in that fashion, we'll come back to that. A hint of movement also from Ariful. Have a look at this. Really good piece of fielding of his own bowling. Shoaib Islam had to go back. The question is, was he struggling to run quickly in between the wickets? Remember, he got hit while keeping the wickets behind stumps early on. That is excellent. Absolutely brilliant. Actually, just to clarify, correction there, while he was trying to play a sweep. We're talking about Litton Das.
which you just showed you with that ball that hit him on that bone on the back leg while playing a sweep stroke, didn't deter him from being there for the next 20 runs. He was still batting, he was still running. This is how he started off probably slowly from the blocks, responded to the call from Shaukat Ali. The only way he could have been saved is by putting in that dive. He didn't put in that dive early on as well when Mahmudullah took a shot at the stumps from the backward point region. That time he was on 17 and on 23 just to run a ball after doing all the hard work. He got himself run out. Feel that price tag needs to come in, that importance that a player needs to feel of his wicket.
33 balls since the last boundary, and talking about Liton Das, when he scored his second boundary of 23 runs, and since then he scored 12 singles and doubles from his next 13 balls. So drying up the boundary for Liton Das, actually creating him the restlessness inside him. You should go for it at the same time. He was not feeling comfortable at the crease, not striking boundaries for a long time.
That's gone very high, but it'll still be enough for that IPDC 6. Excellent. 62 for the loss of 3.
আসবো না রে। কেন বুঝবি না? এক মিনিট, বুঝবো না মানে খুলে বল।
এয়ারটেলে কথা বলো মন খুলে। 28 টাকায় 45 মিনিট ও 48 টাকায় 80 মিনিট।
আসতেছি।
এয়ারটেল। আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
ফ্রেন্ডশিপের এই ম্যাজিক্যাল চেইন রিঅ্যাকশন কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস দিয়ে জাজ করা যাবে না ব্রো। এসব শুধু বন্ধু থাকলেই পসিবল। এয়ারটেল, বন্ধুদের নাম্বার 1 নেটওয়ার্ক।
টাকাটা মোবাইলেই দাও, সাথে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 20 টাকা।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা। এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
Very good time of the day. It's a tea time for me. And when I have a cup which is pasteurized from Kazi and Kazi tea, I have to ensure that the tea doesn't fall off.
Yeah, we've had some lovely time having the cup of Kazi and Kazi tea. Absolutely very nice. Especially it's get a bit chilly up here. And it's get a bit chilly, nippy up out there also.
Something that's come up to my mind after, as we probably into the final, and after this Bangladesh go on to play a series against the incoming West Indies team, series which will comprise of the test matches, one-day internationals. And for these players, of course, this is probably the last opportunity to showcase their skills, their talent, put their hand up and say, look, I need to get counted. And going back, just referring to the dismissal of Liton Das, yes, he's the best performer, highest run getter in this tournament. Alongside him, there'll be many players who will be wanting to impress the selectors right through this tournament. Do you think it'll be a battle amongst a few players to that final selection, that red tape, who hits the tape the last or the first, but ensures they carry on and get into that squad of 15 or 18, or you think it might be just a very similar kind of a setup? The last time this team played was against Zimbabwe.
They're starting the series playing the one-day international. They have started with playing 3 one-day internationals against the Windies. That's put away. Nicely struck onto the pads, not the right line or the length. And Samshu Rahman this time has picked up an IPDC boundary.
Very good shot from Samsur Rahman. Quick hands there. Just flick of a wrist and very good timing and placement as well. Shoaidul, he is quick. Still, good hand-eye coordination this time from Samsur Rahman. The boundary is now starting to come and they need more of those after the 6 in the previous over. They got a boundary in this over as well.
From Samsur Rahman, back-to-back IPDC boundaries.
That's a top shot from Shamsur. That foot movement, that shimmy down the wicket towards the seamer, that's of Shohidul's pace, 136 Ks, that previous delivery. The setup of the mind that he has to attack the bowler. Very, very clear. But this performance, he's certainly putting his hand up, Shamsur.
He's not the type of a batsman who will hang around. Very busy customer. Scores a lot of run in the domestic circuit. Played for Bangladesh as well. Scored 100 in test match. And he's been there.
আপনার হাইট বিপি কত? আমার নাম খালু আছে। এই বয়সেই বাড়ি? কি ব্যাপার বলেন?
Welcome to IPDC.
কি কি লাগবে?
Just a sign.
No patch. Simple like patay. IPDC home loan. Para minimum, benefit maximum.
সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত 4.5G ভিডিও স্ট্রং নেটওয়ার্কে গেমিং এর নতুন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স।
ভীষণ কুড়মুড়ে গোলমার্ক পপস বিস্কুট, একটু জায়গা বুঝে খান।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
সুস্বাদু পুষ্টিকর।
Looking good, 22 of 15. Just on the topic of Bangladesh selections, my opinion is that first and foremost are the selectors confident enough to pick up a new face. Remember, they missed out the services of Shakib Al Hassan for almost a year. Have a look at what the batsmen, the most runs who've got in this tournament so far. Liton Das got 100 earlier on in one of the one-day internationals, 393, so he's well ahead. Tamim Iqbal, surely these two will be opening the batting. Nazmul Hossain Shanta has not been very good with the bat in international, but the kind of runs that he has scored in this tournament should stand them in good stead. Another was slow delivery. Looked pretty close actually. Inquiring. It looked like that was in front. They just might go up for it. A lot depends on what the keeper says to the bowler and the skipper.
Definitely the 15 seconds have gone by so far now. They wanted to take the review or not, was not sure. And in the end, But it's time for Mashrafi hitting those right lengths, not the fastest on the lot. See the length, see the line. Height could have been a factor here.
There will be some excellent knocks. So we've seen some hundreds already in the Bangladesh T20.
Mushfiqur Rahim, a double 100. So would you not say that these are already youngsters? Yes, it's unfortunate they've not had a look in. Anyone in the world has not had a look in to play cricket since March. But would you still say that you want to persist with them or get new people around just because they've formed here in this tournament?
I don't think so. I reckon to judge a player, especially on this format, and start to pick them up in one international and then thinking about them to pick them up, a particular player in Test match cricket, I think that's a long shot. What
শেষ ইচ্ছা, আবার 3টে ইচ্ছা দাও। স্প্রাইট, আগে তৃষ্ণা মেটাও।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
সুস্বাদু পুষ্টিকর কিশোর নুডলস, একমাত্র নুডলস যা পরিবারের সুষম খাদ্য নিশ্চিত করে। কিশোর নুডলস, মামস ম্যাজিক।
আফি ম্যাঙ্গো তাক লাগানো অফার। 250 মিলি আফি ম্যাঙ্গো 20 টাকা, 500 মিলি 35 টাকা এবং 1 লিটার আফি ম্যাঙ্গো এখন 65 টাকা। এই অফার সীমিত সময়ের জন্য।
ক্যাশ আউট চার্জটাও দিস, 20 টাকা কিন্তু।
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা। এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ, পানি, গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
Get the best playing 11 on the park. Not many chances will be there. As many tournaments as a nation you can squeeze in these times, in these difficult times of the pandemic, you would want to make the most of each and every opportunity.
If you look at the ICC rankings and if you look at the format nowadays, the top 7, you're talking about the World Cup, the top 7 and the host nation qualifies. Others have to fight it out. And if you look at the ICC ranking, team rankings, at the moment, number 7, Bangladesh. We are ahead of Sri Lanka and West Indies, but you need to hold on to your position. So for that to happen, I reckon they're not going to experiment too much. I don't think they're going to experiment too much because I reckon experience counts a lot. As far as I'm concerned, you want to have someone like Tamim Iqbal, you want to have certainly want to see Shakib Al Hasan back in that 11. with Mushfiqur Rahim and Mahmudullah, just giving that stability in the middle order and the kind of experience to guide the team through to the qualification. It's very crucial, and if someone like Litton Das, he can fire up with the bat, why not? Also, a very good sign for Bangladesh's Mustafizur Rahman coming into his own, getting back into his rhythm, getting his fitness level back to where they'll please the eyes of the selector and also the fans of Bangladesh. Mohammad Saifuddin has been a part of one-day internationals also. He had a bit of a niggling injury. Hopefully he's so fine. Have a look what he's done so far, Mustafizur Rahman. Right at the top, 22 wickets. Yes, there's some really good performance. Shariful Islam, the youngster, certainly has a lot future, big future ahead of him. And I also feel that Shafiqul Islam, the another left-arm seamer, also attracts me quite a lot. And that there's the likes of Afif Hussain who have already played. What about Muhammad Naeem Sheikh? Got 100. That's over the top of the field. That should be a boundary. It is an IPCC boundary. Well, as I mentioned earlier, intentions are pretty clear. Matheus and Miraj, the right-arm off spinner. So there are a lot of team combination they'll be looking at. And once Shakib gets into the 11, then I reckon we'll have a really good side which can challenge West Indies, especially at home. Because I reckon at home we are a dangerous side.
Yes, for sure. Playing at home, home advantage is always there. West Indies has had a forgettable tour of New Zealand recently. But yes, you're right. With your experienced players available very much, it's not going to be so very easy for younger guys to come in and stake a claim. That's why these teams or these performances and these tournaments cost a lot for those young players. You mentioned the seamers, Shafiqul, Shariful, all these guys. I think they would really want to make these, whatever small opportunities you have. Hassan Mahmood, I thought he was, last year in the BPL, he was a top-notch performer, an all-rounder. And that's why maybe he got rewarded. So to ensure that he's still there in the reckoning amongst the top 20, 25 players, these are very good opportunities.
The players who've performed here in this tournament will be on the radar. On the radar, on the mind of the selectors, ensuring that they can give them opportunities, get them into that match situation, because it's been since March that we have not played any cricket. Competitive cricket, yes, we had BCB President's Cup. We saw the HP squad playing among themselves. Now this tournament, you've got to find ways to get them playing one match after another. Oh, the slapped away. Oh, should be cut off. It is cut off. That is Shamim Hussain. Oops. I think that would be the key, to make sure you give them enough opportunities to showcase their talent in the match. 93 for 3.
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে। কোকা-কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
জিপি স্টার গ্রাহকরা 10% ক্যাশব্যাকে নতুন আকাশ সংযোগ কিনতে এসএমএস করুন 29000 নম্বরে। বিস্তারিত জানতে কল করুন 16442। আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
...31 runs in the last 3 overs prior to this over, and required run rate at one stage were creeping around 10, and then now we managed to bring that at 9. Good passage between the two batsmen out there in the middle, looking for those boundaries as well, at the same time picking the scoreboard and gaining the momentum that's been needed a lot. Partnership grown 43 runs off 28 balls. Alamin bowled really well. So his first 2 overs gave away just 9 runs and also picked up a wicket. But now he has a job in his hand, not to just contain. At the same time, he will definitely look to give a breakthrough for his side.
What's up to West Indies for Bangladesh, Atul?
On the cards, we are supposed to go to New Zealand to play T20s and one-day internationals. Go to Zimbabwe. But things can happen between the boards for a bilateral series. If someone is available, because we didn't play, we lost a lot of series from that March. We're supposed to go back to Pakistan to play another test match and an ODI. We're supposed to go host Australia and New Zealand at home. 3 test matches in Sri Lanka. Even a series in Ireland. There's a lot of cricket was expected, but unfortunately during the pandemic, it not got affected. We are not one who got affected. Everybody in the cricket fraternity got affected. And hopefully we can get back to our playing ways once everybody gets to see what Bangladesh Cricket Board has done to ensure that we were, after maintaining the biosecure bubble, making sure that everybody stays safe, to finish off. I reckon that they've really done well. I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. Bangladesh Cricket Board, hats off to them to ensure that everything went according to the plan.
Player feels the most comfortable and safest when they're in the park, in the center, crossing those ropes. That's the best place to be for a player. I think we're all very fortunate not only to be playing cricket as cricketers who are there on the park, but as broadcasters as well, to travel around the world and watch nice cricketing action, live cricketing action. Not only from the luxury of the homes, but even as close as the combox, overlooking the game. It's wonderful. Right, 61 of 38. 9.63 is the required run rate for Chitagong. He's bowled well. He's let a few go, both of them, between Shaukat and Shamsur. Rolling his fingers over again. Alamin. It's the umpire's call. It was that kind of a decision. It could have gone either way. It's gone the bowler's way this time. Very good over from Alamin. He's found the right areas to bowl in this game. 96 for 3.
From Nestle.
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
কোকা কোলার সাথে খাওয়ার মজা জমবে।
প্রতারক কেটে দিলাম। বিকাশের গোপন তথ্য চাইলে কল কেটে দিন।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
Not a lot in it, gents. 101 for 4. Khulna, Chitagong 96 for 3. There's Gamani, the man that's kept all the surfaces as best he can.
He's done a great job. I think the effort that was made and the pitches that we've seen the games played on been pretty much what you'd want in this kind of tournament. Lived up to the expectations.
He bowled full and straight. It was an opportunity and they've taken it. Rahman gone for 23. It's 96 for 4.
জানাও তোমার তিনটি ইচ্ছা।
দাঁড়াও।
ওকে, দাঁড়ালাম। বাকি দুটা
স্প্রাইট।
এবার সব হবে নগদে।
20 টাকার দিন শেষ, নগদে বাংলাদেশ।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা, অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণ।
They'll be in the driving seat looking for 2. No pace to work with.
Maybe Shaikat Ali, Mossadegh. Who's it going to be? Imagine that. Winning runs back into the bottle. Down the wicket and really well bowled. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Little bit harsh.
তাই শরীরটাকে ফিট রাখতে বসুন্ধরা আটা নিয়ে এলো 3 মাসের মোর টু লাইফ চ্যালেঞ্জ।
টানা 3 মাস শরীরচর্চার পাশাপাশি নিয়মিত বসুন্ধরা আটার রুটি খান। লো ক্যালোরি লো কার্ব শরীরকে সেক্সি।
টিভিএস বিজয় গ্লাস বিজয়ের মাস জুড়ে টিভিএস এর মোটরসাইকেল
সবসময় হালকা। বসুন্ধরা আটা প্রতিদিনের শুদ্ধতায় প্রতিদিনের সুস্থতায়।
টিভিএস এর শোরুমে বডির জন্য জিম আর ফেসের জন্য গ্লো এন্ড হ্যান্ডসাম। মানুষের দারুণ সাজে রুফ ক্লাব দিচ্ছে।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাইরবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস। প্রথমবার অ্যাপে লগ ইন করলেই 25 টাকা বোনাস। তারপর প্রথম 25 টাকা রিচার্জে আরো 50 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। এখনই বিকাশ অ্যাপে লগ ইন করে মোবাইল রিচার্জ করুন।
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন।
মাইরবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলুট সেলিব্রেশন। 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
মিনিটে মিনিটে ক্যাশব্যাক। বিল বিকাশ করলেই প্রতি মিনিটে প্রথম জন পাচ্ছেন 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক। তাই বিদ্যুৎ পানি গ্যাস সহ সব ধরনের বিল আজই বিকাশ করুন।
Mossadegh and Shaikat Ali, particularly Shaikat Ali, can go for the big hits. The variations they've got to work on and think about the speeds.
Single. Begin the over. And the 100 comes up.
We were talking about Hassan Mahmood. That's the first ball. It was slower. The batsman missed, and he thought the bowler was bowling all the slower. Then comes the hard ball. It was in the slot, but the batsman just missed it. The shot was on, but just couldn't capitalize the ball. Isn't he happy, Hassan Mahmood?
And already the time Nice.
খিদে কি যে ভাই কখন যে লাগে সময়ের জ্ঞান নাই যখন তখন জাগে খিদে খিদে যখন লাগে বসে না মন কোনো কাজে পড়াশোনা ভাল লাগে না যখন আসে খিদে সমাধানও আছে সহজ এখন হাতের কাছে বসুন্ধরা ম্যাকারনি খিদে যখন
তিনটি ভিন্ন শিল্পী দারুণ মজার বসুন্ধরা
আবি কি করছিস এসব
মা অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন মাই রবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে
Over the line, but from the batting point of view, that's the equation. 11.75, 47 of 24.
But straight away, the batsmen have got to tell themselves can't really afford to be very choosy. Could be a little more adventurous, a little enterprising. They're running out of overs, 47 of the next 4. It's going to be a tough ask at 11.75.
Long off to have the conversation and change the field again. Very intricate in the way he goes about setting his field. Fine leg comes up in the circle and square leg as well. Backward point. Oh, he's going to have another conversation. Surely sometimes this can sort of confuse.
The maneuver to the square areas. Excellent bowling at the depth.
Yeah, 4.2 in economy. Alamin has done a terrific job for his team. 1 for 14 in 3.2 overs. What an effort, Alamin. The final senior player, the captain wants and he delivers.
Mid off up. That's really nicely bowled. Required run rate now over 12. Nearly 13.
It's getting tougher and tougher by the minute, by every delivery. Just the 2 runs of the 3. What are the options left for Mahmudullah? Hassan has got one. Shahidul has got a couple. Ariful has got a couple. I feel that he'd go with maybe Shubhagata.
Good fielding out at third man and then straight offered it an opportunity. It's 116 for 4 after 7.
আবি কি করছিস এসব?
মা অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন মাইর ওবি অ্যাপে চলছে এখন অ্যাবসলিউট সেলিব্রেশন 200% বোনাস ও আকর্ষণীয় ডিসকাউন্ট জাস্ট একটা ট্যাপে।
জিপি স্টার গ্রাহকরা 10% ক্যাশব্যাকে নতুন আকাশ সংযোগ কিনতে এসএমএস করুন 29400 নম্বরে। বিস্তারিত জানতে কল করুন 16442।
Keep an eye on that. Change in the bowling. Shohidul.
Chitagong have wickets in hand, so they can go all out. They don't need to worry about the wickets.
Third man. Backward point up in the circle, comes down the ground. Does he get all of this? Yes, he does. What a shot that is. The counter punch to start the 18th. IPDC 6.
Oh, they needed this. Chitagong batters have got to really take the attack back. It's just dancing down the wicket. It's the big guy. Look at him charging. Eventually seemed to be going away from him, but still had the clout and the timing to take it over. Big hit.
Slower ball, that's massive, that's huge. Just from the middle of the bat, Shoaib Kotali starts the over with a 6.
If you see that shot again, you can't coach that. Let's be very honest. I'm running down and I'm going to make as much contact as I can and hope for the best. There we go. Off his feet, swing of the hands, and the result is perfect.
I think you can expect some more unorthodox and innovative shots in
You could almost, in the last 2 or 3 overs, you could just be focusing only on Shaikhar Ali. He's on strike now, Mossadegh. In the air, looking to try and penetrate the offside field. Gets one. 32 off 15.
Somehow, even with that shot, it just felt that it wasn't as positive as it should be, as more intent on giving the strike back to Shoikat rather than trying to take the bit by the scruff of the neck.
That wasn't there to score off, I don't think. I don't think he could have got a boundary off that. But this is a very big ball here. This is a big one. So Shaikhar Ali started the over off with a 6. Oh, fielding! That boundary could have really set up the over as well and then taken the pressure off the batting side. Good stuff, Hassan. say anything to him. That was almost a perfect Yorker, and he's done it before. Oh, everybody's now standing off the seats. Oh, here we go. Third man goes a lot finer. Mamadullah goes all the way out, too long off. Square leg, hind leg up in the circle. Again, well done. Can you keep it down to just the one? No! How have you done that? IPDC 4 against the grain.
His run of play, we've been really appreciating the feeling, but Yorker the home, the culprit there, unfortunately, just coming at the right time for the batting unit. Good ball once again, almost got a finger to it, but look at this effort, or rather the lack of it.
He just ran past it. He slid, but then he felt that he just went in front.
I think the momentum just continues to let him slide, or they're disappointed. I think just a little bit of moisture there has just continued to get him to slide and has actually done too much. 24 of 10.
More conversations with the young man. Great tackle for base. He's trying to keep everybody calm. Nice good mash. Settle down. Straight third man up in the circle. Fine leg also up in the circle. Yes, boy. I said it. What this boy? The Yorker's back in front.
Down the wicket. Oh!
But look at the consistency. Getting it into the hole. The block over there. Constantly. How much better can you put? That's the ball under duress and you deliver this like that. 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. And you see that boundary there? That's not even his fault. Indifferent fielding. They were sitting for at least 35 overs. Now everybody's standing. Captain, final words. 22 of 7. This has to be a really good delivery for a bounce.
Fine leg also up in the circle. Yes, boy. I said it. What just bowling? The Yorker's back in fashion.
It is back in fashion, and the pictures tell the story, don't it? But look.
বিকাশে গোপন তথ্য চাইলে কল কেটে দিন। যে কোনো সময় যে কোনো জায়গায় দেশের সবচেয়ে বেশি সংখ্যক ব্যাংক থেকে নিমিশে টাকা রুট বিকাশে, আর প্রথমবার অ্যাড মানিতে 100 টাকা ক্যাশব্যাক ও 100 টাকার ডিসকাউন্ট কুপন ফ্রি।
To be a humdinger of a match. Going to the wire. Champion Khulna. Posting on 55. Now this is the last one. Go wrong a little bit with your drawing the Yorkers. It's in the slot and it's put away. And then he needed that. What's the record saying? The big hit.
He's made that over into 13. 19 gone. 140 for 4.
So high, all you can fly, believe you're on fire, believe.
Backing him. The Tiger standing. There we go. 16 off 6. What field do we have? Fine leg up in the circle. Red man up. A very strong, it's almost a fine backward point. Long on, long off. Nicely bowled. Can you keep it just to run? Yes, he does. Put the deck on strike. 15:05. First advantage of the last over to the bowling unit. Pressure on by the Watson. We've got a 6 in the last ball of the previous over. Can he replicate that? The second ball of this. Amrabadu, T20 cut. All those days, all that hard work, all those